Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So the new M2 MacBook Air with its cool new design looks absolutely amazing. However, I still feel that the M1 MacBook Air makes much more sense even in 2022 in comparison with the new one. So here are 6 reasons why I feel so. Number 1 is price. The M2 MacBook Air with its cool new design would have hit a home run if it was priced at $999. Same as what the M1 MacBook Air was priced when it launched back in 2020. The same price tag for a new design, that would have been a different story altogether. But instead, Apple decides to charge a premium for that new design, and it's not like $50 more or something. It's £250 more here in the UK and $200 American. Well, in UK, we pay exorbitant prices for everything, so that's why it's even more than American counterpart. Number 2 is discounts. See, the M1 MacBook Air is on sale for nearly 2 years and you can find some great discounts on it. I saw Amazon offering direct for £850, which makes it an amazing bargain for such an excellent machine. So if you shop around, you can find decent discounts, and Apple stores do price match if you show them the lower cost for M1 MacBook Air offered elsewhere. But mind you, it needs to be from authorized resellers. Number 3 is power. Okay, granted that the M2 chip is more powerful, but the M1 chip isn't bad at all. Yes, you do see like 30% improvement overall, but for 95% of the tasks which you're going to do on your MacBook Air, it will not make a huge noticeable difference. So why pay $250 more for that tiny bit of performance increase? Instead, you can save that cash and add it towards complementing your MacBook Air with an iPad Air, so you get the best of both worlds, the touchscreen and the non-touchscreen world. Number 4 is you need to pay more money. So that base 256GB version of the M2 MacBook Air costing £1,250 here in the UK has actually got slower SSD compared to the base M1 MacBook Air. True story, the 256 gigs of the M2 MacBook Air storage is on a single SSD, whereas on the older one, it was split between 2 SSD units. And this offered faster read-write speeds compared to the M2 MacBook Air. In real-world usage, guys, the read-write speeds are twice as faster on the base M1 MacBook Air compared to M2 MacBook Air. So you're paying more and you're not getting that amazing speed which the M1 offers in terms of read-write onto the SSD. So the ideal configuration of the M2 MacBook Air is not the base one, but it's the 512 gigs SSD version, which costs £1,550 here in the UK. Now at that price, it's better to buy a MacBook Pro M2 or even try considering the new 14-inch MacBook Pro, which is a far superior computer in every angle. Number 5 is test of time. See, the M1 MacBook Air definitely stood the test of time. Despite being 2 years old, there are still many manufacturers who simply do not want to compete with it. If you check Dave Toody's recent video, he reveals how manufacturers do not want to feature their laptops in a comparison video with M1 MacBook Air, as they simply don't stand a chance of winning. And I was so impressed when I heard that. Honestly guys, unless you're producing 8K movies or playing with Maya or hardcore 3D animation, this M1 MacBook Air takes everything head on and performs nearly 1,000 times better than my £1,300 Dell i7 laptop with 16 gigs of RAM. I have edited 4K videos on the M1 MacBook Air with ease, played games from the App Store, and even Google Stadia, edited raw images on Photoshop, opened like 10 different tabs on Safari, watched entire high-definition 3-hour-long Interstellar movie with only 10% battery reduction. I tell you, for 99% of us and our daily computing needs, this M1 MacBook Air is all that you need, and you'll absolutely be pleased if you've decided to buy this one instead of spending more money, where in this case, you absolutely don't need to. And finally, number 6 are small things like the wedge shape. Now, it might be a personal preference, but the M1 MacBook Air does not have the square boxy shape like the M2, and whilst typing, when you're resting your hands, the thinner wedge shape towards the section where your hands rest do not dig in as much as they do on the M2 MacBook. And then the visible speakers on the M1 Air sound a tiny bit better than the speakers which are hidden under the keyboard on the M2 Air. So those are my thoughts, guys. Granted that opting for the M1 MacBook Air, you'll miss out on the new design, better web camera and slightly bigger screen. But my counter argument is that the M1 MacBook Air by no means looks ugly or dated. This is one amazing looking machine and is really well built. And when it comes to the webcam, the most you'll be doing is showing your face to a bunch of clients whom you have never met. Now, you don't want to display that in HD, right? And okay, with your family and friends FaceTime calls, the M1 chip under the hood does some decent image processing on the older one, and the image quality and the video quality doesn't look half bad. And then the extra screen, well, that comes with the notch. So the M1 MacBook Air screen is also very decent. It offers very vivid colors and amazing viewing angles. So those are my thoughts. I've checked the M2 MacBook Air in detail and it really looks amazing. There's no doubt about it. The design is absolutely stunning. But if that was priced at $999, like I mentioned, I wouldn't have been making this video today. So do let me know your thoughts, guys. Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? Do mention it down in the comment section. And please like and subscribe to my channel so I can keep making these videos for you. And as always, thanks a lot for staying with me until the end. I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.